I want to wind back the clock for a second. Going back to January 15th, 1998, I had passes to see a film that I had been anticipating for the good part of 6 months. And I wound up taking myself, my ex-wife, and one of my friends to see what was one of the most magnificent pieces of work I've seen in quite a while. I mean, it was creative, it was original. The cinematography and practical effects used throughout the film were amazing. However, there were those critics out there who were quick to blast this film to the point of obscurity. However, there was one person in particular who saw this film for what it was, even comparing it to the likes of Fritz Lang's Metropolis. And he later contributed a commentary track to the DVD release of said film. That film was Alex Proyas' Dark City. And the man behind the voice, behind the commentary, was none other than Mr. Roger Ebert, who passed away on April 4th. I remember as a child watching sneak previews. It's probably my first memory of watching the show, but seeing his review for The Dark Crystal, it was kind of a jump off point for me as far as learning to appreciate cinema. My mother was quick to watch the show with me as well. She, like many people at that time, clung on to every single word he said, because after it was all said and done, you knew that after he finished his rant about one film or another, your decision to go and see said film was going to be based on a simple hand gesture. With that, Ebert could make or break a film. And like mindless sheep, we would follow, because we knew how passionate this man was about film, to the point where you knew that whatever he was saying, it had to be gold. And that has stuck with me to this day. From films like Batman Mask of the Phantasm, which I was anticipating doing a 20-year retrospective along with footage of his review that he did for the film at the time of its release. Go ahead even deeper than that. There are times when I've missed out on his review and it has been quick to bite me and my friends in the ass. Case in point, Highlander 2: The Quickening. Feel free to check out that review. I know it's somewhere around here. At the same time, Ebert's diversity was quick to introduce American audiences to films that they more likely would never had heard of before. Directors that had not made any kind of films in America at the time. So there are so many people who owe him a great amount of gratitude all around the world. From Spielberg to Spike Lee to Akira Kurosawa to Jean-Pierre Jeunet, Katsuhiro Otomo, Christophe Gans. The list goes on and on. And there's not enough time for me to sit here and name them all off. But I can sit here and say that thanks to Mr. Ebert, I have my love for cinema that graces or tortures, depending on your perspective, the majority of people who hear me talk about movies. He has been a great inspiration in my own personal taste in cinema, as well as my writing. There have been times when I was quick to write a review, but then I would go back to any of his reviews that he had done for said film, and it was almost spot on to the point where I was almost ashamed to put it because I felt like, maybe I was going to be accused of plagiarizing the man. In the past, I've been accused of dick riding on celebrities. And I can sit here and say that that's not the case unless it comes to Mr. Ebert. If I could consider anybody within the movie industry as my idol, he would be it. He always has been. And just as he's going to be missed by Chaz, the staff of the Chicago Sun-Times, the city of Chicago, movie lovers around the world, same goes for me. So to you, Mr. Ebert, on behalf of movie lovers everywhere, I salute you. I'm Anthony Dowell-Blakemore, and I'll see you at the movies. Thank you for your time.